All right, my memory card ran out on me. I don't know what you saw, what you didn't, but okay, we have our power to one side of the power switch. The other side of the power switch fans out to V positive and V positive on the circuit board. Or right there. So our power switch is effectively hooked up. Now for RCAs and speaker jacks. Oh, there's an LED. Where's the LED go? All right. Let's just do one more thing and call it a day for this, because, like I say, you don't want to get fatigued. I don't even know where the LED goes. Is there a hole for it? I think it's one of those. There's two little holes down in the front. There's two of them. Okay. All right. What we have left to do are left and right RCA inputs and left and right speakers. The speakers were worrying me because I had short leads. I had just short pieces of wire. Let me start with this side. Output negative and positive. Now I remember, I got to check on this, but this circuit had a positive ground, but how does that affect which wire color goes? Let me try to get a picture. Oh, you know what? Still got to do the ground. Okay, you know what? I want to do the ground first. So we have these two black wires right here. These two black wires from the ground bus. And they've got to go to ground, which is right next to V positive. Right next to V positive that we just hooked up. And I'm going to go back and check the circuit diagram just to make sure. Yep, that's how it goes. So we'll go ahead and clip that. This is one of the ones you don't want it to poke too far. We're soldering from the top. Although that's ground, it's not as critical. If ground touches ground. But You don't want to poke too far through these holes and touch the heat sink. Got another one here. All right. Turns out that speaker binding post black goes to, and I'm going to give you a close-up, goes to output negative. And speaker binding post blue will go to output positive on its particular side or channel. And we flip it, and here is speaker binding post black, and it will go to output negative on the circuit board. I'm going to put you above that wire so it holds you up. Now speaker binding post blue will go to output positive, and I just screwed that up. I just reversed it. I put black in positive. I wasn't even looking. This is what happens when you get fatigued and you spend too long on it. I'm just gonna touch that with soldering iron, bring it out, put them in there. Touch that with the soldering iron. Okay, got it in. Got positive in. Going to reinforce it with a little more solder. Good. Now black can go in negative. Screwed it up. Right? And there's only one thing left to do, and that's our RCAs. And for RCAs, we have an in positive and ground, input positive and ground. So for this channel, and we know that the ground is going to be, we chose white. No. White's the signal line. We chose green for the ground. Green for the ground, and I cut these RCAs are a little too long. A little too long, and I want this to be a short signal path, so I'm going to fish these through to give it the shortest signal path. Then I'm going to cut them. And unwind. Just give them a little strippy. And I am going, I don't think I need to put a heat shrink on it if I can just get these in there. So we said white, green is ground. If I can just get them both in there. Now I got the green one in there. So let me get him stabilized. Okay, now the green is stabilized. Let's get the white in there. It wants to pop out. I think I got it. Yep. Nah, I cut too much off. Green is ground. White is our input. Thought that was a cold joint. Okay. Let me double check everything for quality. All right. There are two LEDs. And there's a place on the circuit board. I haven't read ahead yet, but there's an LED connection right there. LED mounting. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that yet, but I think I'm done for the day. Let me just take a quick read of this, see how awful this might be. Not sure. It says be creative, DIY stuff here. I don't know. I don't know how creative I want to be. Where does this LED go? That's where they seem to fit. Yep. There's a red and a blue, but there's only one LED. Your kit includes heat shrink that is possible when warm, and I mean that is pliable when warm. Okay. We have discovered there can be quite some variability in thickness and malleability. Blah, blah. There's an inch cover to sit in place. You may need to. LED. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go back. front power button and bridged. Oh, okay. So you get a blue and a red, one for each channel. Okay. Got it. Let me work on this. Okay. We got 4 LEDs. I'm going to epoxy them in on the outside, but not worried about how to mount them to the chassis yet. These LEDs are going to have, we need to get them wired first. They're going to have a long lead and a short lead. The long lead is anode or positive. Short lead is cathode or negative. And we need to get some wires. It would be nice to have black and red. And I'll show you one. We do the exact same thing to all of them. We need enough that they're going to reach over. Do an inline splice. Then we'll use a little heat shrink. Let's just start with positive, the longer the lead. I think I'm going to do a little differently. Make a little hook. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to show you one. So now we're color coded, at least you know what's positive. And then just for safety, so they don't get shorted, I need some heat shrink that's going to fit over that. This black one ought to work. We're going to bring it all the way down. Not quite to the base because I'm going to need to do epoxy down there. Not quite to the housing. Turn this on. All right, now I'm gonna do it for, we gotta do it for 4 of them, so it's kind of a tedious task. So I'm gonna call it a day. Just want to get you started on that. Let's call it a day. I've already overdone it. Starter, please, Chow. I don't know what part. This will be 4 probably. Have to divide today up into 2, maybe 3. Starter, please, Chow. Okay. I keep trudging along. The kit comes with 4 LEDs. Only going to need 2 of them. I don't know why it came with 4. Maybe in case 2 of them were bad. So I'm going to use blue. I guess you have a choice. These light up for power indications, and I kind of like the same color for both channels. I don't know why one channel would be different. I kind of like blue. Red seems to be like a warning color. So I guess you get a choice of red or blue, and I'm going to choose blue. Got them wired. I'm not going to epoxy them in yet, but I'll show you. This LED will fit in this hole here. I need the longer wires for over here. That LED will fit in that hole. And these wires, okay, will come around and go to LED positive and negative right there. So I could basically cut them. Right? I'm gonna get my soldering iron working. I'm sharing it. I'm sharing an outlet. So we have LED positive and negative. I've got this one color coded. Negative is black, positive is white. I ran out of red wire. I'll do one at a time. You just want that barely in there. We don't want those when you're soldering from the top. You don't want, again, you don't want those wires to go all the way through and touch the heat sink or anything else. Here's our LED wires, and then these will for this channel, sorry, they go over to here. There's a hole right there. Right there. It almost stays in by itself. And let's do the other one. We're going to choose blue as well. This one doesn't have as far to go because he goes in right there. And one needs to go right over there. This is the last of the wiring. This is it. So I'm choosing blue to light up both channels. Positive here is going to be red. It's going through the board a little more than I want it. If I could just get it to stay up. Yeah, let me try black first. I'm going to have to use the third hand on the back side. To hold it up. This one's not cooperating. This is it. If I'm lucky and this thing works, I shouldn't have to solder anymore. Now this LED here pokes through that hole there. Like I say, they're kind of fitting without even using any adhesive, just by the pressure of the wire. Both LEDs are in. I'm not going to permanently put them in yet. I want to use a little bit of some kind of adhesive to hold them in there, but something that could be removable. Now how to fire it up. Alright, first power up. Got it hooked up to the power supply. Switch is off. Hooking up my two test speakers here, and according to the little video it said it's normal for when the large 3300 microfarad caps charge up. Initially there's a little whizzing sound on charge up. See if we can hear that. We'll turn the power switch on. Well, I heard, yeah. Got two lights glowing and nothing smoking. Now there is an adjustment. There is an adjustment that needs to be made on this amp. I haven't done that yet. But let's go see if we can hear some music through it first. Okay, here's my test setup. Amp, warming up. Those are my test speakers right here. I don't want to do anything to destroy good speakers. So I'm using as a preamp the preamp output. Speakers are off on the Yamaha AS1100. I'm using the preamp outputs. Make sure I got that right. I'll double check everything. Pre-outs. Bottom ones are main in. Okay, so we're preamp out. And we're driving, we're using the DAC. The DAC will be feeding in. Yep, no problem there. Bluetooth into the Macintosh. Okay. Got something. Really got to crank it up. Maybe it's because of the adjustment. Just to get that little. Those speakers are inefficient, but really got to. Okay. Left channel. Both channels working. There's an adjustment I got to make. This heat sink is heating up. The right one not as much. Well, about the same. We are on stereo. Yep, we're on stereo. Let's read the back. We're on plain old stereo mode. Nothing's blowing up. Heat sinks are about the same at around 99 degrees. They're warm to the touch, not hot. And right now, both channels are roughly producing sound at the same level. Okay, let's turn it off. We go figure out what this little, there's the potentiometer there that needs to be adjusted whilst taking a voltage reading. And that sets the bias, I think. Yep. Go figure that one out. Alright, I got an alligator on the gate, the center pin of Q1, transistor Q1. Got another alligator on the ground bus. The black one down there. I'm on DC volts. Took this little screwdriver, stuck it down there to that pot, and turned counterclockwise until I reached roughly 10 volts. Doesn't have to be perfect. I started out at 7, so I was a little on the low side. I turned the amp off. Discharging. And I'm gonna get these alligators off. See, little Q1. Yeah, Q1 on the other one's on the other side. See if I can bring this over the top. All right. A little tricky. You don't want to short anything out. Okay, I'm on Q1, positive, still on the ground. Just got to let it warm up. So we're starting out at 8.8. I'm going to take this little screwdriver here and I'm going to turn that pot clockwise just a hair. Now we're at 10.3, about where the other one was. And the directions say if you're a few tenths off, it doesn't matter. So since the other one was at 10.3, I'm going to leave this one at 10.3 roughly too. All right, let's turn it off. Let it discharge. Let's remove positive. Negative is gone. All right, now we're still hooked up. Now we can get another listen to it and then we'll try some other speakers. Seemed like it wasn't very sensitive. Maybe it's because the volume was turned down on my tablet. Alright. Let's turn the amp on. Let it warm up. It's a little louder now. Let's pick up. hook up the clip shorns. Camp from the DAC. Preamp output of the AS1100. Speakers off on the AS1100. Tone controls flat. Got them backwards. Yeah, sounds good. Well, did you get out my better mic? But I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Let's get the chassis complete. There is a little whiz when you turn it on and a little pop when you turn it off, and I think the video someone made about that explained it. There's no protection circuitry in here. There are no relays. No big deal. It sounds really good, I gotta say. It sounds really good. You're gonna have to hear it through some official sound samples I'm gonna do for you tomorrow. Let's get the chassis finished. It worked. We are adjusted. All right. Those LEDs are just staying in there by themselves. I don't see a need to, because the wires are pushing them in. They're not coming out, and I don't see a need to adhere them. Adhese. I don't know if there's a good side. There is a symmetry. Oh, these are Allens. These are teeny weeny Allens. Oh. $2 millimeters, I'll bet you. They're twos. They're 2 millimeters. $2 millimeter Allens. It sounded good, man. I gotta get my good mic out. Gotta pick you some music. You gotta hear it through a couple of different speakers maybe before I deliver it to my customer. I've got a customer, this is not mine. My customer bought 2 of these. He might be using each as a monoblock, and he wants to build the other one himself. Hence the detailed video. Hey, that new square bracket that I kind of threw me for a loop a little bit is actually really good, because it really puts this chassis together tight. No issues at all. Got some screws left over. Are you going to be the one? Is there going to be one? Oh, that's not. It's funny. This one was unthreaded. They gave me one that's unthreaded. A manufacturing defect. Seriously, no threads on it. Looks like a rivet. So it's only going to get 3 on the bottom, but no one looks at the bottom anyway. No, there's a 4th one. There's a 4th one. Okay, good. That one looked like a rivet. And they give you stick-on feet. The old stick-on. I didn't read where to put them, but I'm going to put them here, not too close to the edges. You got a finished amp, folks. Man, it looks nice too. This thing was, this thing was $300 and some as a kit, and this for a Class A Nelson Pass. Quality, fit, finish, features. I mean, the work I put into it, I'd have to charge a lot of money to build this thing. I'm not charging this guy anything. But the amount of work I put into it and extra parts, it would, and if I actually calculated my hours and labor with a reasonable labor rate, it would be $1,000 for me to build this. That's how much it would cost. All right. Sound samples to follow. Not today, though.